Hello and welcome to Boring Dad Gaming, where today I'm going to be playing Baldur's Gate 3, Steam Early Access. I'm quite excited about this because a big patch has just dropped, patch number 8, and with this they've added a new playable class, which is Bard, and a new playable race, which is Gnome. So I'm going to have a go playing through the Early Access with a Gnome Bard. Now, Bard's a class I've probably never actually played in a role-playing game. I don't really know how they work, so it's going to be a bit of a learning process for me, and hopefully an enjoyable one. Yeah, so let's dive in and let's create our character first of all. So let's make our character. We'll start off with race, and we're going to set that to gnome. I don't know if halfling's been here as well before. Maybe it has. Maybe I've just not seen it. But we're going to go with the gnome. Let's go with the male gnome, and we'll just pop over to Klaus. I'm going to make him a bard. There we go. So as I said, I've never played bard. I'm not sure what's good for Bard in terms of ability scores here, but let's go back through to the beginning. So, origin. We're going to be a custom origin, and we'll call ourselves. Well, I've just watched season 3 of Umbrella Academy, so I'm enjoying Klaus at the moment. So we're going to be Klaus. And our background, acolyte. I don't think we're going to be in service to a temple. Charlatans are possible. Expert in manipulation, prone to exaggeration, and more than happy to profit from it. So that seems pretty good. We can deception, sleight of hand, proficiencies, which could be interesting. Criminal is another possible. Stealth proficiency. Entertainer. Well, this is probably the one you're more likely to take. Live to sway and subvert your audience, engaging common crowds and high society alike. Preserving art and bringing joy to the hapless and downtrodden heightens your charismatic aura. Oh, that's a possible one. Well, there's folk hero, champion of the common people, probably not. Guild artisan, no. Noble, no. Outlander, no. Sage, no. Soldier, no. Urchins are possible. Back to acolyte. So I think we're going to go with entertainer there. As we're playing a bard, we might as well lean into it. Race is forest gnome. I don't know if there's different subclasses there. Let's have a look. Oh, yes, there is. So forest gnome, even smaller than their cousins and twice as reclusive, forest gnomes are a rare sight. They master magic and craftsmanship in idyllic, distant groves. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't sound like us. We've got a deep gnome or a rock gnome. Okay, what's a deep gnome? More guarded than surface cousins, surviving in the dark with dark vision and skillful stealth. Probably not. Or a rock gnome, most common to see, named for their hardiness and affinity for metal. Okay. +2 intelligence. It's on constitution, dark vision, gnome cunning, racial speed. I think, is that, I don't know if that's quicker or slower than normal. I feel like that's probably a bit slower. Artificer's Law. Okay, well, let's go with that. Let's go with that for now. Appearance.
Where to next?
What was that?
Let's hope the locals are friendly.
Hells. Something just woke up down here.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
Is that...
More of those wretched things. There's magic keeping this chest sealed. I can
Maybe that
feel
one.
its aura.
Let's see what head we got. 3, 4. Not a lot of difference between them. Maybe we'll go for 3 there. Skin colour's fine. Eye colour. What we got at the moment? Sort of a wishy-washy grey, isn't it? Why don't we make that like a nice rich green? There we go. Hairstyle 32B. Okay. Should zoom out a bit. Nope. I don't know what this B means. Bald? What's this? Possible. 8A that was. Female styles. No. I feel like A may be all female styles. Not sure. Oh, we go full bouffon. Gnome pattern baldness. I don't mind that. It's a bit more rock and roll, isn't it? And we change the colour. What colour shall we have? Maybe something unusual. Maybe like a blue. Purple. Maybe I'm leaning towards the purple. Facial hair. Well, I quite like what he's got, but let's see what else other options we have now. Ooh, full beard. Maybe not. That's quite nice, though. I do quite like that. Yeah, that's quite good. Don't mind that. That's the one we started with, but I quite liked the... There we go. I think that's our beard. Highlights. What does this do? Ooh, oh, okay. You want highlights of anything? Which is not bad with a bit of red in there, is it? Don't think we'll have any greying. Don't worry about the tattoo or the makeup. Perfect. Right, class we've done, Bard. Have a look at the spells he's got. So, you know, music is more than a fancy, it's power. Through study and adventure, you have mastered song, speech, and the magic within. So we can look at the cantrip. It's Vicious Mockery. 1 to 4 damage, psychic damage. Unleash a string of enchanted insults at a creature. It takes damage and receives disadvantage on its next attack roll. 1 turn, 18 meter distance. That sounds like good fun. Blade Ward. Gain resistance. Maybe. Never that fussed about the abjuration ones, though. Make that mage hand. Okay, well maybe Blade Ward is the best there. And spells. Starting instrument. Okay, let's look at the spells first. We've got heal. It's a heal at range, which is good. Dissonant Whispers. Whisper a discordant melody to a creature. It takes 3d6 psychic damage and becomes frightened. Well, that sounds pretty strong. On a successful save, it only takes half damage. It's a wisdom save. Ooh, I quite like the sound of that. Tasha's hideous laughter, I should say. Inflict a creature with fits of laughter, leaving it prone without the ability to get up. At the end of its turn, or when it takes damage, it can try to shake off the effect. So that can kind of put an enemy out the fight temporarily. Heroism. Bolster yourself or an ally with Valor and Health. 5 temporary hit points each turn. Okay. What else do we have here that we've got available? Speak with animals. Animal friendship. Bane. Well, we already have something that affects attack rolls, don't we? What did I get rid of? I want to keep whatever it was that just went. I'll probably add sleep, actually. Sleep. Oh, it was the heal we got rid of. Healing word. We're going to add that back, I think. Thunderwave might be quite good, though. Deals 2d8 thunder damage and pushes people away. I do quite like that. Disguise self, Featherfall. Well, I'd like to add Thunderwave. Doesn't mean we don't have any healing on this class. But we can always add some when we level up. Quite like the sound of those. Starting instrument. Influence the soundscape when you cast spells and can be changed later by equipping a different instrument. Okay, well, what we're going to start with. I feel like we're going to be a guitarist, aren't we? So the closest thing we've got is lute. So we'll start with that. Okay, class features. Level 1 spell slots unlocked, dexterity, light armor, simple weapon, hand crossbow, longsword, rapier. So we've probably got to decide what sort of character we're going to be in terms of combat. We don't necessarily need to raise strength. We might be more of a dexterity fighter, so things like the rapier, the short sword, etc. I think that would probably fit quite well. But we'll look at skills next. Okay, so we've got proficiency, acrobatics, history, performance. Is that a double history one? Okay. Can't deselect that. So we get to choose a few other skills. What we're going to have? Well, persuasion sounds good. Intimidation, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to be a particularly intimidating character. Deception, maybe. Maybe a bit of stealth we'll add there instead. So we'll go with those. And abilities. So I think we've decided that strength is... Oh, what have we done? Strength is probably not going to be our thing. Do we get a little pop-up? Doesn't really say... Sometimes these say, you know, particularly useful for Bards. Oh, here we go. Charisma. Improves spellcasting for Bards, Sorcerer and Warlock. So yeah, okay. Well, we want to top that up, don't we? Dexterity. We probably want a bit of. Constitution. Intelligence. Improves spellcasting for wizards. Well, we're not a wizard, so I think we could... maybe we're not going to be particularly intelligent. Wisdom, mainly for clerics, druids, and rangers. So yeah, we'll keep that at a minimum. But we're going to... Oh. Why can't I add to our charisma? No. Maybe that's the maximum you can have at character creation. What's the recommended? Let's go back to what that was. Well, look, let's take the intelligence back down. Let's top up dexterity a bit and constitution. We're probably going to be taking a few hits, aren't we? Now, what will this? It's probably because we've got the history checks there. Do we have any wisdom skills? We don't. We've got a few charisma ones, don't we? Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's probably fine.
Tell me,
Ooh.
who do you dream of at night?
I don't know. Yeah, let's just go with the bog standard there. That's fine. I'll go back and just make sure we're happy with all of this. It looks good. I would have liked to have got charisma up a bit. I don't know why we couldn't make that any higher than 15, but you know, never mind. Yeah, so let's venture forth. That's fine. Right, it's a pretty neat cutscene that. And the fun thing you can say about Baldur's Gate, it does have pretty nice cutscenes. So we find ourselves in this crashed Mind Flayer vessel, this Nautillus, and we need to escape. It's just us at the moment, pottering around. We'll have a quick chat, for anyone new to Baldur's Gate 3, a little chat over the options we have at the bottom. So these blue buttons in our action bar, these in combat would be bonus actions, but you can do them anytime when you're not in combat. We can jump, like to get over obstacles or gaps in the scenery. We can hide, this is your stealth, so you creep about, try and sneak around enemies. This is dip, so we'll just see what if we come over this way. And we'll do dip, and we'll dip our weapon in this fire here.
This will hurt.
And you see we turned our sword into a fiery sword. And this will only last 3 combat rounds, or if you're not in combat then I think that equates to about 18 seconds. But it will add a D4 fire damage to our weapon, so it's quite nice if you can pull that off. And shove, which we probably won't do a lot of on Klaus because he's quite weak, but the stronger characters it can be quite good to shove enemies around, particularly if they're standing on a high surface or something and do the extra fall damage. These brown buttons would all be actions in combat. You can throw something. You can dash, double your movement speed, but it means you can't attack at the same time. Disengage means if someone's attacking us, we can click this and move away and won't get a hit in an opportunity attack. We can improvise melee weapons, so we could pick up an item or creature and use it to attack. There's probably more for larger, stronger characters in fairness. And help, so if an ally is burning, downed, ensnared, entangled, etc., etc., we can click this and cure their status effect, basically. Now we have the combat action, so I might just neaten that up a bit there. This is perform, and I'm assuming this is unique to the new Bard class here. I don't know what this does, but we have 3 variants here that we could perform. So if we click the perform Bard dance, he whips out his lute and gives it a little play like that. And this is a Bard dance. This is an upbeat foot tapper to attract and delight those around you. We have old time battles, a rousing battle chant, which we can switch to now. Oops. Or we have Perform the Power, an enchanting crowd pleaser. And I have no idea. It's got little sound waves coming out, so I don't know if that means it's going to do something to people around us. I literally have no idea. I've never played Bard before. So we have standard ranged attack or melee attacks. We have... Oh, this is different. Haven't seen this before. This is a mobile shot. I don't know if this is unique to anyone who has a crossbow, or if it's unique to the Bard or whatever, but if we dash, we can use this as a bonus action to attack with our crossbow, which is pretty nice. Piercing shots, so we do piercing damage and possibly inflict... There's a chance of inflicting gaping wounds, but that won't affect undead and constructs. And I think that might be a bleed status effect on enemies. And then there's Weakening Strike. No extra damage, but we can target an enemy's hands with a non-lethal attack to deal piercing damage and possibly inflict weak grip. And I'm not quite sure what that does, but it sounds like it might affect their chance to use their weapon effectively. And we have Flourish, which is a bonus action. We can feint on an attack to possibly throw our enemy off balance. Again, maybe that makes them easier to hit on the next attack. Sounds like it could be. But this is something that if we press T here to inspect this window, so here this says short rest, and if we hold it over the mouse over that, it says recharge. We can perform this flourish once per short rest, and that's something that will possibly also affect other skills like this Weakening Strike, this Piercing Shot. So most of the time we're probably using these basic attacks, and up against bosses or more difficult enemies, maybe mix it up a bit with these once per short rest skills. Over here we have our spells. These seem to be the level 1 spells here on the left. The Dissonant Whispers, Hideous Laughter, Sleep, Thunderwave, and these are our cantrips, Blade Ward, Vicious Mockery. We also have Bardic Inspiration. And I think it says here we can do this 3 times per long rest. And this will give an ally a 1d6 bonus to the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. So if we come up against something that's quite big or important that we need to succeed at, then we can do that. Right, so that done. Let's move on. I'll inspect this nursery first of all.
That thing came from the parasite now writhing behind your eye.
So, sometimes in conversation or when you're looking at stuff, you'll get one of these square bracket skill checks. And this is an investigation check. If we hover over this, we can see that it's linked to intelligence, which we don't have any plus or negative modifiers for, so this would be a straight d20 roll. And we're going to do that. I don't think it's the sort of thing that will have a massive effect if we fail, so we might as well try it. And we get a 4, so we fail that. Because the difficulty class was 10 and we rolled a 4.
You
so
notice nothing more than meets the eye.
looks fine to me. And I'm kind of picturing Klaus as a fairly naive, curious type of character, so we're definitely going to try and poke and prod everything that we are able to, see what it does. And that exploded and nearly killed us. 4 damage. Wow. Okay. Well, that's the kind of scrape that Klaus is going to get himself into, I think.
Where the hells are we?
Quickly also to say that I've owned the Steam Early Access of Baldur's Gate 3 since I think it was day 1 that it was released. I bought it. I'm pretty sure that was 2020, so it's been a little while. And I have played through the Early Access content to completion at least once, possibly twice. But I've certainly played the opening hours on every class that was previously available and every race. So it's particularly these early hours is something I've got a decent amount of experience doing. I'm still going to go through everything and watch every dialogue and cutscene in full for anyone who's not familiar with it. But yeah, it'll probably be a few hours at least into the early access until I start to hit stuff that I'm not as familiar with, having only done it once or twice. And that was early on. Like I think I played it to completion at first, the very first run I did. So that would have been 2020, as I said. So it's been a couple of years or so. We're going to jump over here. So yeah, we've got a little gap here. We're going to jump over. And we're going to jump over here, over the fire. And we'll search this thrall, and we got a bit of gold, and we've got a scroll of mage armor there. And I think we're going to... Actually, I think what we're going to do, instead of going all the long way around, we're just going to jump down here. Whee! Take a bit of damage on the fall, but that's okay, because this restoration device here will heal us back to full. And All good now. So moving on into the next room. We can see here there's some dead imps on the floor. So we'll have a quick look at those. Got a healing potion there. And a scroll of firebolt. Okay, which is quite good. And as a bard, I think we're pretty skilled at using things like wands and scrolls and stuff that we find that has sort of innate magical ability. A bit like rogues in that respect. Okay, so we found a good amount of gold, 104, and a lightning arrow. And over here, this chest. Caustic bulb. So this is like a little acid grenade, and the void bulb does force damage. So these are little throwables we could do. And I don't know if we click throw. Yeah, if we click the throw button, we get like a little option of all the stuff we could chuck. A little E to show what we've actually got equipped. But yeah, maybe we'll get into using these grenades a bit. I haven't tended to use them a lot, but maybe we'll... Oops, let's just cancel that. Maybe we'll give it a go. Murnath, who looks like he's having quite a bad day, so maybe we'll try and cheer him up with an upbeat song. Oh, was that a little dance? I think we got his toes tapping? Maybe.
Yes, you've come to save us from this place. From this place, you'll free us.
It's a little bit grim, this bit, but hopefully you're okay with that. We succeeded the perception check there, which is quite nice. Now understand a bit more about this.
They return.
Who am I talking to?
Born new from this husk.
You realize you're talking to
Oh, an Arcana success.
a minion of the Mind Flayers who abducted you.
Why are you afraid?
Enemy. So many enemies.
Okay, tell me what to do.
Remove us from this body. From this case. Free us. Please.
Okay, so again we've got a variety of checks here. So we can see investigation is linked to intelligence. As before, we have no negative or positive modifiers. For strength, we only have 8 for strength, so that's a -1 to any strength rolls that we might do. And dexterity, we've got a +2 modifier for any dexterity checks. But we're going to start off with the investigation one, which I think is probably fairly risk-free. And hopefully we can do it. 16, there we go, so we passed that one. Difficulty class of 10.
You notice edema, a swelling of the brain causing pressure where it strains against the shell of the skull.
Okay, so that investigation has opened up a third option here. We can use medicine, which means it would normally be a wisdom check, but I think because we succeeded on the investigation check, it's actually given us advantage on this. So we're going to do 2 dice rolls, and we'll be able to take the higher result for the check. So let's see if we can pull this off. There we go. Actually, both dice rolls were successful, but we'll take the 18 as the higher value. And again, apologies for any grimness in this next part.
The brain lifts from the skull, but you notice an opportunity. You could cripple the strange creature, making it more subservient, should it prove a threat.
We could mutilate it and we'd probably succeed with a +2 modifier, but we're going to spare it because it's going to be in combat with us in this next section, and we want it to have its full capabilities, I think.
We are free. Our freedom is ours, friend.
The creature pauses, listening. Something behind your eyes seizes in recognition.
We must go to the Helm. At the Helm, we are needed.
What should we call you?
Us. We are us.
I don't know how grammatically correct that is, but alright,
To the
let's
Helm
go.
we go. We are going to the Helm.
They seem very keen to get to this helm. Brain seems to have grown considerably as well since exiting his skull. Right, come on, you gonna get on the lift? Alright, maybe you'll be okay. Oh, they came. Okay, newborn, 1 turn remaining. Okay. Now it's grown again. It's gone up from 14 HP to 21. Interesting.
Shouldn't have wished
Anyway,
to live in
let's press on.
interesting
I don't know why I'm still
times.
holding my sword out. Can I put it away? If I oh well. Maybe he just likes to have a sword out.
Never wanted these.
I'm not sure why. Okay, we've got a bit of an obstacle to negotiate here. So we do jump, and looks like we can actually do it in one, so let's do it. Now we're going to rush off down this way. Seems to be the only way we can go, and it's lovely backgrounds, isn't it? I mean, I think graphically it's very impressive what they've done with Baldur's Gate 3.
Abomination. This is your end.
No, this is my moustache.
Drops and your skin tingles. Visions rush past. A dragon swing, a silver sword, and a flash of your face seen through the strange woman's eyes.
Oh, my head. What is this?
I told you it's my moustache.
Squaw, you are no thrall. Vlaakith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive. Imps block the path forward. You will assist me in destroying them. We must reach the helm before we transform.
What, transform? What do you mean?
We carry Mind Flayer parasites. Unless we escape, unless we are cleansed, our bodies and minds will be tainted and twisted. Within days, we will be Geiger, Mind Flayers.
Ugh. Must be something we can do.
We can do nothing until we escape. That must be our priority.
Who are you anyway?
Who am I? Your only chance of survival.
Oh, the imp just pottering around in the background there. Okay, so it looks like we've got a special bard response in this conversation. Imps? Are we in the hells? Looks nothing like the poems describe.
Now is no time for istic poetry. We are in Avernus. My kin have chased this gate ship here, and they will destroy it. First, we exterminate the imps. Then we find the helm and take control of the ship. As for that thing, it will remain tame as long as it
I
believes we are
think us is
thralls.
supposed to be there.
It may be of use in the fight
As for
to
that
come.
thing, that tiny piece of empty space. Okay, press on. And there's going to be our first combat in here. We're not going to look at the tutorial stuff. I'll talk through it as it happens. But one thing worth mentioning is that new to patch 8, they've introduced something called Swarm AI. And this is an attempt to speed up the turn-based combat in Baldur's Gate 3. And what it means is that less powerful enemies, more basic enemies, possibly including these imps, will all move together in one turn at the same time. So I haven't actually seen this in action before, so I can see that they've rolled initiative all on the same turn, it looks like, so I expect we'll see now what that looks like. It does also mention that characters in the same party are next to each other in the initiative order. We can act at the same time, so that's fine. And combat turns, don't need to learn about that. So we could start with ourselves, or we could start with us, but I'm going to start with us, not them, us, if you see what I mean. So we could run straight up here and we could attack this lesser imp with our sword, or we could attempt to use one of our spells. And I might try out this vicious mockery here, something I've never used before. As I said, I've never played Bard before, so it's all a bit new to me.
Pipe down!
Pipe down!
Cuckold courting curmudgeon!
I think it's saved. which is a shame. So it didn't do any damage, and it's not frightened or disadvantaged or whatever it was going to do. We could flourish, but that's once per short rest, so let's leave it for here. Now, instead, maybe we can move in with us. Doesn't have enough movement to get all the way to attack the enemy, but there's a little trick you can do. If you pick jump, and you kind of select within their basic jump zone, it'll actually extend the distance they can run. So now us can get up and do a clawing attack on this lesser imp, and kills it in one turn. Possibly a slightly better use of time and resources than us. Right, they're going to move now, but they're surprised, so that means that we get a free combat round before they're able to do anything. Now with Lae'Zel, she is mostly a melee character. She's a warrior, but she does have a bow equipped, so we are actually, because we can't reach this imp in one turn of movement, we're just going to shoot at it. 75% chance to hit. There we go, and 7 hit points, so it kills in one hit. So we're actually not going to see the Swarm AI in action because we've already killed 2 of the imps. Turn. Right, now we're going to go again. That imp's over there, isn't it? I don't even know if we'll be able to see it. We could try the Vicious Mockery again, maybe. Not enough move. Yeah, we see it's trying to automatically move us to a spot where we can see it, but we can't. So what we could do though is our little dash, little dine and dash, and if we come here, it then opens up this mobile shot that we saw earlier. So we have a 90% chance to hit this thing and a good chance of killing it, and we did maximum damage. Pretty cool.
You proved surprisingly adequate in battle.
Flattery
Now,
will get you
to the
everywhere.
Helm.
Right, so let's quickly loot these corpses. Nothing there. I'm not going to bother with the Intellect Devourers. I suspect they won't contain anything because they're just brains, legs. Grenades. Well, they're basically grenades, aren't they? Got a crossbow. Potion of speed and a couple of other stuff. And I really am going to have to remind myself to use consumables more because I generally don't bother. But you do get quite a lot. We don't actually need healing. We didn't take any damage there, so let's move on this way. Have a look at this dead thrall. He's got some gold and a bottle. Take those. I like the sort of living cannon things they're using. They're quite grim. So many teeth. Okay, we're going to quickly search some of the bodies. I don't think we can get to that imp. Search this thrall. And we get a short bow and a mugwort bundle. There's a couple of things over here. That's a dagger and shield. Now we're going to... I think anyone who's played Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2, certainly 2, will know that basically the party always move around together, but you can separate them to act independently, and you do that by... actually, can we toggle group mode? If we toggle group mode, that didn't used to happen. You used to have to sort of drag their portraits away, but actually they're all separated now, which is cool. So what we want to do is we want to move Lae'Zel up for this, because she's got higher strength and can jump further, and we're going to try and avoid this this fire completely. Oh no, she's on fire. Okay. Can we do anything about that? Now she can't search this thrall. Can he search it?
Got a long road ahead.
Why can Klaus search it, but she can't? It's unusual. I don't know if we're going to be able to jump past the fire. We might be able to. There we go. Oh, it's nice. He's got some stuff. He's got... That's actually really heavy, and I don't think it does anything. But we'll take the Wispweed bundle. We'll take the Weave Moss bundle. We'll take the Mugwort bundle and the potion of poison resistance. And now we're going to jump back to safety. Over here, we'll bring Lae'Zel back over as well. She doesn't seem to be on fire anymore. I don't know why she couldn't search that body. It's unusual. Now, presumably if we do this toggle group mode, we're all back together, which is pretty cool. I want to be on top, though. Ow. Oh, is it because she's selected? Maybe if we do this... Yeah, now on top. That's what we want. We're off this way. I think we can search this dead thrall without setting ourselves on fire. That bit of gold. And they're quite good. Generally, if you click on something, the AI, pathfinding AI will avoid things like fire and acid and other stuff like that, which is quite nice. Let's talk to this enthralled cultist.
Boo got me. Got me. Got me. Right in the gut. Tell the babes I'll be alright.
All right,
the Mind
babe.
Flayers have already enthralled her. Leave her, or we will share her fate.
Right, let's jump down these stairs. Some more corpses to rifle through. They've got a bit of gold and a ring. And there's a couple of imps over here we're going to attack. And what should we do? I don't think we need to do anything fancy. I'm going to try the Vicious Mockery again. And he failed his throw, so he's disadvantaged now and took a bit of damage. I'm first, too. This one's actually damaged as well. He's wounded. So we could attack with our crossbow. Or I could mock him as well. Let's mock him too. I'm going to mock everyone. Kill him. Killed him with mockery. That's pretty cool. Alright, well, we might as well stay here. It's the imp's turn now. Oh! Oh, he missed. A little firebolt. Right, again, so us can't get to him, but if we do our little jump trick, I think we can. So 90% chance to hit. This one. Pretty cool. And we'll just have a little look through the bodies. Nada. We've got some gold and a candle. Oh, he's alive, I don't want to bother with that. And they've got a hand axe. Okie doke. Oh, there's a battle axe there. Let's grab the battle axe. And we're going to go all the way up here to this little tunnel. We seem to be set on our range. Let's go to our sword. We're going to have pokey pokey at this weird wall. Get through to the next zone. It's all very organic and even sort of Geiger-esque, this, isn't it? All this Mind Flayer stuff. It's either gross or pretty interesting, depending on your point of view.
Back! Touch nothing without knowing its purpose.
That doesn't sound like Klaus. I think Klaus is pretty good at touching things. He doesn't know their purpose.
Aggression.
Aggression? Do you know this one?
Unleash.
Unleash. Okay, can we work out what this first one says?
Annihilate.
Annihilate, eh? Let's annihilate. Yeah. Like, if you do press those buttons without knowing what they say, you can actually empower those cultists and release them, and they can be slightly tricky opponents this early on. Oh, we're going to click on this pod. Seems to be someone in there.
You! Get me out of this damn thing! We have no time for stragglers.
Look how little he is when they're both talking. We look for a latch first of all.
Construction is too alien. Nothing looks familiar.
This ship is crashing. Do you intend to die for a stranger?
We must go. To the helm we must go.
Come on! There's got to be a way to open it!
We'll look around.
Try that contraption next
And this is something that's new. I don't know exactly which patch it was, but when it first went into early access, you couldn't release this character from this pod. You just couldn't do it. But now you can actually, save them and take them into the sort of final battle at the end of the tutorial, which is pretty cool. Look for a
The
switch.
mechanisms are completely unrecognizable at first, but then you spy an empty socket.
Okay, so we've got to put something in there.
Whatever fits in that socket must power this thing.
Gonna go up into this bit.
Skra.
Ew.
How many hosts of these gay infected?
A dazed woman is trapped inside the pod. She doesn't notice you.
Okay. More buttons. Can we work out what this one does?
Perfect.
Perfect. Sounds interesting. He knows something's going to happen. Whoops.
Change her. Changed at the pull of a lever.
Sorry about that.
How? If we're not
No harm done.
purified,
No harm, no foul, right?
This may be our fate.
Right, well,
We need to get out of here.
less said about that the better, but
Before
let's
it's our turn.
search this and we can find a key,
A key.
and we're going to need that in a second. As I said, I have played this section multiple times, so I am quite familiar with what happens, but we're going to go through the process of doing everything. We're not going to skip anything, just in case anyone hasn't seen it before.
My pack.
Take these scrolls. And now that key we found will open up this chest. Let's do that. And we get semi-precious stone, onyx. We get this Eldritch rune, which is a quest item. It's a strange energy buzzes through this alien object. You are sure you've never seen any of the like, yet part of you recognizes it as a component of some bigger machine. Big hint as to what we do with it. So we're going to bring it over here to this panel we had poked at previously.
The console appears dormant.
And we're going to stick the rune in.
The console hums to life. But what is its purpose? Will it free the captive or transform her like that other unfortunate?
We can do an Arcana check. We won't get any bonus modifiers to it. We might as well have a go. And we passed.
The pulsing glow and organic lines of the device make it seem more like a beating heart than a machine. This device is different from the one that caused the other captive to transform. Perhaps it will open the nearby pod.
Perhaps it's good enough for me. That's good odds.
Suddenly, you feel a hideous squirming in your head. A parasite. Then discomfort fades, and another sensation washes over you. Connection. Authority.
Okay, so we've got a couple of bonuses to this now. So we've got Wisdom check, which tells us it'd be a straight D20 roll. We have Illithid, which is a story skill. Being implanted with a Mind Flayer tadpole is a fate worse than death. Isn't it? And I'm pretty sure that having that will be an automatic success there. So we have to roll, but it is a difficulty class of 0. However, it does say rolling a 1 always fails, so it is still possible to fail this. You've just got a 5% chance of doing so. We rolled a 2, so we came close to maybe failing that. I'm not sure if it would fail still on a 1, but let's assume it does.
The biomechanical brain of the console process your command and yield to it. A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated.
Oops.
At last. Thought I was done.
Let's speak to her.
I thought that damn thing was going to be my coffin. Thank you.
Your mind lurches into her thoughts. Her gratitude is mixed with wariness, because you have a gift with you.
You keep dangerous company.
Well, dangerous company is what you need in a fight.
Fair point. Looks like there's plenty of fighting ahead. Let me come with you. We can get off this ship and watch each other's backs along the way.
Alrighty then. I'm Klaus.
Shadowheart. One moment.
It's taken something weird. And we're not going to let it slide. What's that?
It's nothing. Trust me.
Enough of this chatter. We need to get to the Helm. Now.
Well, I guess we're going to
She's
trust
right.
this stranger who we've just met and
Lead
have no
on.
reason to, but okay. Nice bit of XP for that. Actually, if we look at our character sheet... Oh, no, stealth. Is it I? Yeah. How are we doing for XP? Does it say here? Yeah, so... We currently have 65 XP. We need a total of 300 to move up to level 2. I thought we'd got other XP along the way, but
Path lies before.
maybe not. I thought we got a couple of 5 XP loads, but never mind. It probably doesn't matter that much. Now, none of us are
We're nearing
wounded.
the Helm. Once inside, do as I say.
Who put you in charge? I'll trust my own judgment.
Kanyank.
Okay, so yeah, so we don't need to heal up. We haven't taken any damage. Oh, no, sorry. Lae'Zel's taken a couple, isn't she? So, yeah, might as well. There we go. And then we're going to move on. I believe the Helm is through here. A little auto-save. Yummy demon brains. Honestly, he's getting killed by imps. He's probably a bit of a wuss.
Thrall, connect the nerves of the transponder. We must escape now.
Do it. We will deal with the Geiger after we escape.
Connect the nerves. Nerves. We will connect them.
I think he wants us to connect the nerves. Right, so we have a combat zone here, and our mission is to make our way all the way through this arena to get to the end and activate this doohickey at the front. And there's some enemies in the way. We have a lesser imp and a lesser hellsboar. So who's acting first? It's actually me to act first. So I guess I'll bring myself a little bit closer. And we could put someone to sleep. Or we could do a thunder wave. We'll hit both of them with a thunder wave. Let's do that. Oh! How much damage did we do? Oh, we did quite a bit. Didn't kill either of them, but they both took damage. And we'll celebrate with a battle chant. Right, it's us next. So I might dash them up. And bring them up forward as far as we can.
Let's end this.
Not sure what these timers are on these faces. Anywho, yeah, I'll bring her up a bit. They may not be in range for her spells, but I guess we'll see. Maybe if we try a Sacred Flame cantrip on... Oh, we can just hit the Hellsboar, so let's do that. I believe it's saved. Yeah, okay. Never mind. Ooh. Us took some damage. Alright, now we're going to bring... Let's try the jump thing. We might be able to get close to that boar if we do that. Yes, we can. So we're going to switch to sword. And... we could rush attack. Killed it. Just some more movement, so we could just get her in melee range of this one. That's me again. I might leave that one to her.
Can't slow down.
This way. We could try Dissonant Whispers. We've got one more spell slot, so we might as well. Oh, nice. Killed it outright. So we might dash us up again. They're going to take point, because I don't really care if they take damage or get killed. I'm going to avoid these big boys here. Every time I've played, they've never actually succeeded in killing one another. But I think it is possible. This one's only got 3 HP, so let's try another Sacred Flame on this target. There we go, did it that time.
Swift and lethal.
Lae'Zel, so let's... where am I? I'm there, so yeah, so we'll bring her up a little bit.
My path be true.
Don't need to dash, I don't think.
If this ship hits the ground, we're dead.
It's a jolly thought. Let's dash. We're gonna go up here.
Very well.
Not much more else to do. I'll bring... I know there's going to be a cutscene triggered, so we'll just wait till everyone else is caught up.
Strike true. On I go. I will ascend.
Lae'Zel, we'll just bring her up as far as she can go.
Flacketh guide me.
I don't know why I'm so dirty.
Transponder. Now.
Right, well, she can she still has action, so let's switch to her bow, and we'll aim for this one. Decent hit, didn't kill it.
Throw that corpse in the sticks.
So I'm going to go first this time.
On my way.
I've run out of spell slots, but I could do that dash thing where I move up and fire my crossbow as well. If I come over, say this way, I'll take a mobile shot at this one. 81%. Pretty good. Now it's us. I'm actually going to dash them up. Get right in the face of this boar. Hopefully be a bit of a target for him.
Talk to me.
Shadowheart. Wow, she's... Why is she moving so far? I have no idea. Well, she could just get up and whack this imp. But I think we'll cast a spell. Might as well. And let's use a guiding bolt on it. Kills it stone dead. Boar did what we wanted and attacked that. Yeah, I guess we'll bring Lae'Zel up a bit at a time. And she can shoot at it again. Or use her bow again, rather. Okay.
Kill them, or your side is mine.
Alright, so... There you come up.
Forward, Istik, before more dragons.
So it wants for short rest, so yeah, so we can't use that again. So instead...
Listen here.
Try the vicious mockery.
You act a fighter, but a fool's a fool.
Cool. So yeah, took a little bit of damage and it's disadvantaged on its next attack now. And give us a chance to do the killing blow.
What should I do?
And I'm going to end these turns without moving because I want the I want Klaus to activate this console.
The Helm's alien transponder. You made it in time.
bit of pop in here on the cutscene. I hope he's going to get a clean face at some point. He's off-puttingly dirty. I suppose it makes sense. I didn't notice the other characters being particularly grubby. Right, and there we go. That was the tutorial section of the Baldur's Gate 3 Early Access. We are going to carry on with the series. I'm going to do part 2, part 3, etc. Because I really want to try out this Bard class and get to grips with it. It seems quite fun so far, quite enjoying it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, then please do hit the like button. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel, which would be fantastic. And in the meantime, I hope to see you next time for more Baldur's Gate 3 action. Bye for now.